Hi, I'm Chris. This is Miller Place. We're doing the Pentagon Challenge. We are back in England. We're in Europe. We're trying to win the last of our 5 Champions Leagues. So we've completed Africa, Asia, North America and South America. It's just the Champions League to go. The transfer window has been and gone and we were busy. So I obviously came into the club on the 30th or 31st of December, and we immediately started our mass sales. So we've seen Mosquera, Torre and Simon go out. Added to that, Bashushrian has gone to Roma for 36.5 million. Shea Charles was out on loan. Arden Jassari's gone to Al Riyadh. Michael Cam went out to United. Backup goalkeeper Andre went back to Brazil. Brandon Cantu, who is a decent striker, has gone to Galatasaray for 23 million. Wilson Odobert has gone to Benfica for 14.5. Bruno Amin went to Vigo. A youngster, Saeed El Dossari, went for 2.7. He was carrying the SC space, so that's why he went. This Dames went to Birmingham for 14 million. Harry Amass is out on loan at Everton. They're paying most of his wages and sending us 300,000. We've done that because we owe money on his next appearance. I don't want to spend money on him. He is 28. It might be that we play him next year. I'm not sure. After Harry Amass, Ziani is a young goalkeeper, went to Crystal Palace. Fabio Silva signed a pre-contract with Ajax. He's on 115 grand a week or something like that. Might have been more. So we just said, Ajax, here, take him now. And I said, yeah, sure. And then the last one out the door was Philippe Sanchez, the centre-back, gone on loan to Nantes. And to balance everything out, we went on a spending spree. So we brought in Massimo Tiassi, a 23-year-old central midfielder. He is small, might have a little bit of potential, who knows. He signed him for 7 million. His value has already doubled, so never know, we might be able to get some money back on him in the future. Snape came in, he was a free agent, he's a striker. We just wanted someone, and it was the right price. Luis, a young centre-back, but more than likely a defensive midfielder, coming from Real Madrid. We spent 12 million on him. Next in through the door was Thierry Henry, the big Brazilian striker. As soon as I saw him in Brazil, I thought, oh, he looks nice. And yeah, we took him. Was it 23 million? 23.5 million. So he's come in. He's not done too badly. He's hit the ground running. What's he got? 4 goals and an assist. Next through the door was another freebie, I believe. Yes. A Cameroonian central midfielder. I was desperate. I was just trying to bring warm bodies into the club. He was on African nations duty, so has only really just shown up. After him, next one through the door, wherever they are, was Luca Galina. He's a fullback on loan from Man City. It's just a loan with an option to buy. Again, it was a warm body through the door. Then we've signed a centre-back, Fabian Riviero from Everton, for 28 million. He's got 18 jump in reach, 12 heading, and he's 6'7". So I've got high hopes for him in the coming months from corners. Next in was Tiang Pang. He's a young Chinese, average, but he's Chinese, so he's going to bring in some sponsorship money, etc. And perhaps we'll do a tour out there just to raise our profile. Then everything changed when Moises Flores came up on the scout report. He's a bit good. as soon as I saw that, it was like, oh, 26.5 million, bargain. So we took him. Because he's so good, all the other ratings and the other players went down immediately. Next in through the door was a load of this guy, Robin Perron. He's come in just to add a bit of add an extra body to the midfield. Miles Lewis Skelly has come in on a free. No, it wasn't a free transfer. It was 3.6 million. So he's come in. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, we'll sell him and try and make 10 million on him. Avandro came in as a backup right winger. He's not great, but 13.5 million. It's one of those where hopefully we won't lose too much money on him. And then my director of football, right at the last second, said, here we go, I'll bid for this guy. An Argentinian. Schiavardi, or whatever his name is. Schiavi. Yeah. Federico. So good old Fred. He's come in. He's done rather well so far. And yeah, we had a fairly decent window in the end. Did spend a lot of money. But it has sort of turned the ship around. So as we came in, our first game was Man United. We lost that, lost to Chelsea, lost to Fulham. Things weren't looking too rosy, but we've turned it around with draws at Palace and Villa. And then with all the new boys filtering into this side, as you can see, it was sort of a make-up side there. The first game with the new boys starting to filter in. We saw Thierry Henry here, and Fabio Silva did well that day. Then we absolutely pummeled Liverpool. It's 6-2. They scored a late goal to make it look respectable, but Tassi came in, scored a couple. Thierry Henry got his 2. And then we just carried on playing well. We beat Watford 3-1, Leicester 3-0, Brentford 3-0, and that leaves us currently 6th in the league. But we're due to play the Carabao Cup, isn't it? Carabao Cup winners, Brighton, who beat Newcastle, and we'll follow that up with a game against Newcastle themselves. So 2 big games on the horizon. I'll get the team picked, and we'll meet up with you for the Brighton game. So today's team is Tarlingo with Luca Ferres at right back, Rivero and Mayapiu as the 2 centre backs, with Chevalier at left back. Perron sits in front with Lewis Skelly and Flores making up the central midfield. Avandro on the right, Horsawi on the left, and Thierry Henry up front. So we'll see how we get on. We'll send the assistant to do the tunnel, and away we go. It'll be an interesting test against one of the better teams now in the league. I think we've had a run of teams that have been performing poorly, shall we say. It's like Liverpool were down in 12th when we faced them. Brighton, on the other hand, were above us, but had a week. That was disgusting. Yeah, Brighton had a week off in the league, so playing the Carabao Cup. Flores to Avandro to Perron. 3 recent signings, all key, played a key part in that goal, and it's a 1-0 lead so far. Let's play for set pieces. We've got a couple of big guys in this team now. And there's one of them, Thierry Henry. Look at Palace. Oh, Liverpool are just dire. That's just what you want from your 6'7" centre back, to jump up and miss the target completely. Unfortunately, on this one, Thierry Henry met the corner, keeper saved well, and Mayapu was there to get the rebound with a nice little header. Good reaction. 2-0. Oh, he actually saved it, did Tal? Okay, I'll let him on. I thought he just jumped up and, oh, here we go. That's offside, that's alright then. 5-0. Velez gets another one. Palace. That's just what I want. My big centre back to be at the back. Lewis Skelly rises like a salmon, heads completely over the bar. 2-0, the half-time lead. One noticeable thing about the English clubs at the moment is there's very few players that anyone would recognise. Like Jack Hinchelwood was in the starting 11 here, he's just been taken off. You get the occasional player that, oh, that's a real life player, but there's not many of them around anymore. We're in 2036, so you would expect some of that. I've been not paying any attention, and we've managed to get this far. You can be a stopper, how about that? There's lots of tired legs. So, unfortunately, we didn't get rid of Van Brederode. We'll save Flores' legs. Cario can come in here. Luis can drop in here. Well, that's my 5. Last 10 minutes. We're 2-0 out. Fingers crossed the subs don't ruin us. Not a bad strike from the big centre back. I'd rather he was getting his head onto the ball. Terrible bit of play from the throw in there. Tiang Pang, the Chinese, does well though. Not a great ball out of defence. Husseini hits the post. Luis tries to clear. Is that no, it's Kellyman. I've got to be careful with him as well. He's going to start costing us extra money. I don't want to be paying out extras if I can avoid it. Oh dear, Barco. This mob beat Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final. So we can either blame it on them being tired, we had an extra day's rest, or we're just getting better. But there we go, we remain in 6th. We have Newcastle on the horizon. There is a game against Cardiff in between. I'll get it on played off camera, and we will see you for Newcastle. But just before we go, I'll show you the dynamics at the moment, and all the team cohesion is now up to average, so that's positive. I was hoping Myron Van Brederode would have been picked up by a Saudi club. It's 170 grand a week. It's just ridiculous money. Anyway, I'll stop whinging, and we'll see you for Newcastle. Here's the team for Newcastle then. It's Tal in goal, Lucian Ferres, Rivero, Mia Payu and Chiavali make up the back 4. Perron, Lewis Skelly and Flores continue as our 3 central midfielders. Abandro on the right, Suarez on the left, and Thierry Henry up front, so unchanged side yet again. So yeah, we did beat Cardiff. This is the big challenge. How good are we? That doesn't help. Oh, come off it. It's hit him and got in, so his rating's going to drop to 6.2 or something. He's never recover. 6.3. Oh, he is recovering. He's up to 6.4. So this is Newcastle cutting us like a hot knife through butter. Evan Ferguson, Livramento. I recognise them. Sully seems to be playing a key part for them. And Angelo, we see them mentioned a lot. That's the weakness. Fabio's there. Don't really recognise anyone else in this Newcastle side. We've had the English leagues on view only for a while, so we think there'll be a few players. Oh dear. We're sinking without trace today, look. Let's shout some focus at them. This is terrible. What's happening here? Oh, it's a free kick. Evandro to Riviero, who goes back to Piron, to Perez, to Shiu. Oh, shut up then, we're just going to disappear the highlight. Dejan Kulishevsky. How old's he going to be then? However many years in advance. Yeah, I must remember to change that. Or play for set pieces. Lewis Skelly. One of the enigmas, an English player. So, having had this massive transfer window and bringing a load of players in, the one issue we have is we haven't got enough players trained by clubs in England in the squad. And I suspect there's going to be a lot of that for the next couple of years. Simply because, like I say, the league was on view only. We haven't been playing it, so yeah, it might be a bit of a tough one. Acario is normal tackle, isn't he? Or do we bring... no, it's Acario. So it could, yeah, like I say, it could be a couple of years before we start equalising and getting some English players in. Certainly the next, well, I've got 5 million and changed. Ferguson missed a sitter then. Goes offside. Yeah, we've got 5 million and change to bring in perhaps one 18-year-old on the next gen list. We'll see, and we'll then go from there. So it's literally look for players that are either trained in England or we can get them trained at club. That is going to be the highlight of the next window. Unfortunately, 2 of the players I want to get rid of are English, so they're bound to be trained. Oh, it's not a bad effort. Bound to be trained at the club. Trained at nation, and therefore losing those, we're going to be down to the bare bones, as they say. Fabian Riviero. There we go, our 6'7" defender finally gets on the end of one. Right, Reader Roda can come on there. We'll swap them around, make him more attacking. We'll get Taller on there, push Acario a bit further forward, and Tiang Peng can come in for our man here. We'll just do that. Is that all our changes? Yes, it is. Van Dyke, that's a name. It's not going to be that Van Dyke because he'd be about 50 now. That's probably unfair on him, probably 45 or so. Schnabe, the Dane, the free transfer back to Reader Roda on 170 grand a week, and yeah, there we go. Let's go a bit more attacking. Let's demand some more. They're top of the table, but we just want to get whatever we can out of the game. Is it going to be our first defeat in a long while? 9, is it? We've hit the post. Gavi. I wonder if that is the same Gavi. It must be. He's only 31. Look. Does that mean Lamine Yamal is going to still be around? Right, we've lost finally, and we're proud of the efforts. My assistant can talk to the press. That leaves us in 7th place. We've got 7 games left in the season. Ideally, we want to get into the top sort of 5 would be nice, but it's going to be quite a task, I would suggest. But we'll see if we can get there. Right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, ta-da.